Hey guys, the other day I ran into a good buddy of mine and we just started kind of small talking, and then we just began talking about the upcoming election and everything that's about to happen. And what's interesting about this friend of mine is he and I are on the opposite ends of the spectrum politically. And he's a super smart, bright guy, and we had the best conversation. And we talked for probably, 20, 25 minutes and just kind of shared differences of opinion and ideas. And yet there was no uncomfortableness. There was nothing there that led to anger or irritation. And one of the reasons for this was, it really goes down to this quote that I really believe in. In fact, if you come to my house and you walk up to the front door of my house, on our porch, we have a brick wall right there. And my wife was very kind enough to allow me to put this sign up on our wall. And it's a quote that sums up what I believe is what's required to really be a great communicator with people. And this is what the quote says. It says, "Speak in a way that people love to listen, and listen in a way that people love to speak." And if you are able to do that, you're going to have much more effective conversations with everybody that you're around. Think about that. So when I'm talking with my friend, who we have some obvious disagreements on some pretty big philosophical issues about life and government and society and all these kinds of things, he and I are both speaking in a way that the other person loves to listen. What that means is we were speaking, number one, with respect for each other. We were speaking, number two, acknowledging that we understood the position that the other person had, and even acknowledging the merits of that. So that you're not just invalidating everything that they believe, you actually acknowledge some things that they truly value and believe in. See, and it's those ties right there, those things that hold two people together, because there is a meeting of meaning between two people. That what I'm trying to say and what he was trying to say, there's a meeting between those two meanings that actually connected. And even though it doesn't result in agreement, it didn't matter, because there was enough that we were both doing that each time he was speaking, it made me love to listen. And whenever I was speaking, it made him love to listen. And conversely, he was listening in a way that made me want to speak, because I knew he was really listening to what I was trying to say. He wasn't just trying to come up with his next response or his rebuttal or the next thing he wants to say. He literally, I could tell, was really listening to what I was saying and trying to just make as much sense of it as possible. And the same way with me. When he was speaking, I wasn't immediately going to, when's he going to stop talking so I can get my next point in? I truly was listening to what he had to say, because I respect him. I respect him as a person. I respect him as a thinker. And so that's where meanings meet, and that's the key. So whether it's, personal relationships, whether it's at work, it doesn't matter what dimension of life you're in, when you're communicating with other people, when you can effectively allow meanings to meet, where both people feel respected in terms of what they think, what their values are, what their needs are, and you can actually demonstrate that you value that and understand it, you're going to have much, much more effective conversations with those kinds of people. It takes discipline, though. You have to have the ability to suspend the need to have to ram it down somebody's throat or to show them why they're wrong. You've got to really demonstrate a real sense of, I respect your ideas, tell me more. I want to understand it more effectively. And as you get two people who can do that, communication does nothing but grow and get better. But listen, I don't need somebody else to be able to do that in order for me to do that. I can create the self-discipline of doing that, and I can increase the level of communication in every engagement that I have simply by speaking in a way that people love to listen, and then listening in a way that people love to speak. I hope that helps you. Take some time, think through that quote a little bit, and ask yourself, how effectively do you do that? How effectively do you actually live out that quote so that you're continuing to increase your ability to communicate with people as effectively as possible?